Hey guys, welcome to my legal classes. This is Ganesh Pujari, and in the series of Indian Penal Code, today I am going to discuss the chapter 6 of Indian Penal Code, which is all about offences against the state. Here we have as many as 10 sections starting from section 121 to 130, and in my first slide I am going to give an overview of all the different offences available against the state, and then I am going to discuss section by section where I will explain the offences as well as the punishment provisions, and I have case laws also available. With that, I am taking you to the first slide. Under these 10 sections, we are going to discuss as many as 4 different types of offences against state. The first being waging war, which are covered between section 121, 121A, 122, 123, 125, 126 and 127. Then we have assault, which is covered under section 124. Then we have sedition, which is covered under section 124A. And lastly, we have escape, which are covered between section 128, 129 and 130. Now, when we are discussing about waging war, we are discussing the abatement, which means there is an instigation or engaging someone or aiding for waging war against the state, or any attempt or any kind of actual war against the state, or anything concealing related to war, or designing or receiving stolen property after the war. All of these are covered under these sections. Along with that, we need to understand waging war means it is against the states of India or against India or any of the Asiatic powers where we are giving respect under the international treaties, covenants, etc. Now, under assault, there can be assault against President of India or the governor of any states of India or any higher officials of any particular office. All of these are covered under assault. The third offense, that is sedition. Before getting into sedition, we need to understand the meaning of sedition. In Hindi, it is Rajadroha. In Kannada, it is Deshadroha. In Telugu, it is Rajadroha. Likewise, I have given in Tamil and Malayalam also. There are 3 important case laws as far as this particular section is concerned. The first 2 are defining what is sedition. The first one is Queen Empress versus Bal Gangadhar Tilak, where it was held that sedition means hatred, enmity, dislike, disloyalty, hostility, contempt and every form of ill will to the government. And the same was repeated in the case law of King Emperor versus Sadashiv Narayan Balerao. The third important case law is Kedarnath versus State of Bihar. The important question raised here was whether section 124A is against the Article 19 of Indian Constitution, which gives the freedom of speech and expression. However, it was held by the Supreme Court that section 124A is not unconstitutional because freedom of speech and expression is not giving license to vilification and condemnation of government, which is established by law. Just because we got freedom of speech and expression, we cannot say or do anything and everything against the government, because that is also established by law. That is what held in this case. That way, section 124A is constitutional. The last part is escape, where in the first 2 sections, that is section 128 and 129 are applicable to the public servant, where in first case he voluntarily allowing prisoner of state of war to escape, whereas the second one is the negligence of the public servant causing such prisoner to escape. And then section 130 is applicable to all. Whoever is aiding escape of, rescuing or harboring such prisoner is punishable. That is what discussed under section 130. Now let us try get into section by section. Section 121 discusses about waging or attempting to wage or abetting to wage any kind of war against the government of India. The punishment can go up to death punishment or life imprisonment along with fine, and the offences here are cognizable offences, non-bailable offences. Court of Session will conduct the trial, and they are non-compoundable offences. Section 121A is the continuation of section 121, which is conspiracy to commit offences punishable by section 121, which is against India or any state of India. Here, waging or attempting to wage or abetting to wage war against India or any state of India, and here the commencement is also not essential. Just the conspiracy will give the life imprisonment or 10 years imprisonment along with fine, and the CRPC provisions are these offences are cognizable offences, non-bailable offences. Court of Session will conduct the trial and they are non-compoundable offences. Section 122 discusses about collecting arms, men, ammunitions, etc. for the preparation of war with the intention of waging war against Government of India. The punishment can go up to life imprisonment or 10 years imprisonment along with fine, and the offences here are cognizable offences, non-bailable offences. Court of Session will conduct the trial and they are non-compoundable offences. The last section in this slide is section 123, which discusses about concealing with intent to facilitate, designed to wage war by any act or by any illegal omission, conceals the existence of a design to wage war against the Government of India, intending by such concealment to facilitate or knowing it to be likely that such concealment will facilitate the waging of such war. For all such concealment, the punishment can go up to 10 years of imprisonment along with fine, and here they are cognizable offences, non-bailable offences. Court of Session will conduct the trial and they are non-compoundable offences. Then comes section 124, which discusses about assaulting president, governor or any higher officials with intent to compel or restrain the exercise of any lawful power. Now here, if anybody assaults or wrongfully restrains or attempts wrongfully to restrain or overawes by means of criminal force or the show of criminal force or attempts to overawe, in all such cases, the punishment can go up to 7 years of imprisonment along with fine, and the offences here are cognizable offences, non-bailable offences. Court of Session will conduct the trial and they are non-compoundable offences. Then comes section 124A, which discusses about sedition. Now sedition can happen by words either spoken or written, or by signs, or by visible representation, or otherwise brings or attempt to bring into hatred or contempt, or excites or attempt to excite disaffection towards the government established by law of India. Here the imprisonment for such offence will go up to life imprisonment along with fine, or 3 years imprisonment along with fine or fine, and the offences here are cognizable offences, non-bailable offences. Court of Session will conduct the trial and they are non-compoundable offences. The last section that we are discussing in this slide is section 125, which discusses about waging war against any Asiatic power in alliance with the Government of India. Here, attempt to wage such war or abets the waging of such war against any Asiatic power. We have a lot of international relationship, and any of these international relationship, if is going to be affected because of this, then the punishment can go up to life imprisonment along with fine, or 7 years imprisonment along with fine or fine, and the offences here are cognizable offences, non-bailable offences. Court of Session will conduct the trial and they are non-compoundable offences. Then comes section 126, which discusses about committing depredation. Depredation means an act of attacking. Now, if anybody commits an act of attacking on territories of power at peace with Indian government, in that case the punishment can go up to 7 years along with fine or forfeiture of property. Now the offences here are cognizable offences, non-bailable offences. Court of Session will conduct the trial and they are non-compoundable offences. Here we have peace with certain country, and if anybody is trying to attack that particular country, that is covered under section 126. Section 127 discusses about receiving property taken by war or depredation mentioned in section 125 and 126. Now again it is referring the previous sections, and here the punishment can go up to 7 years imprisonment along with fine or forfeiture of property, and the offences here are cognizable offences, non-bailable offences. Court of Session will conduct the trial and they are non-compoundable offences. Forfeiture of property means the government will take over all the property. That is what you need to understand. Then comes section 128, which discusses about public servant voluntarily allowing prisoner of state of war to escape. There is a prisoner of war, and if any public servant voluntarily allowing him to escape, then the punishment can go up to life imprisonment or 10 years imprisonment along with fine, and the offences here are cognizable offences, non-bailable offences, Court of Session will conduct the trial and they are non-compoundable offences. The section number 129 discusses about public servant negligently allowing the prisoner to escape. Here he is not voluntarily allowing, but negligently he is causing such prisoner to escape. In that case, the punishment can go up to the simple imprisonment of 3 years along with fine, and the offences here are cognizable offences, bailable offences. Magistrate of first class will conduct the trial and they are non-compoundable offences. The last section, that is section 130, discusses about aiding escape of rescuing or harboring such prisoner. Now, anyone aiding the escape of such war prisoner or rescuing them or harboring them is a punishable offence, and the punishment here can go up to imprisonment for life or up to 10 years along with fine, and they are cognizable offences, non-bailable offences. Court of Session will conduct the trial and they are non-compoundable offences. With that, I am signing off from this particular session. Thank you so much if you have already subscribed my channel. If not, this is your time to subscribe my channel. Please like, share and comment my videos. Like means there is a like button below. Please press it. Share means you have to share this with your friends via WhatsApp or Facebook, whatsoever way. And there is an option for commenting on each video. Please comment and express your views on my videos. With that, I am concluding. Thank you so much and all the very best for whatsoever purpose you are referring my channel. Thanks again.